Enchantress, aka Yinza Star, also known as Honey Tea or just plain old Yin. Coming today because I do have a whole lot to say. I don't know if you were able to. Well, anyway, let me start over. Today is a very beautiful day. The energy is fabulous. The tempo of it is one I'm enjoying. It's pretty laid back, and I tend to like to have those times. Well, anyway, so I woke up this morning and I said hello to this day, and I said that you're going to be a wonderful one, gorgeous, and very, very enjoyable, not just for myself, but for others that I meet. And I meant that. And I said that I wasn't going to rush the timing of it. I was just going to allow things to roll out without me, you know, wanting to change it or, even have an issue with it. So this is where I am. So, okay, I went about my daily business and everything just beautiful for, an hour or so. And I went to an establishment and pulled in the parking lot. And I had to wait because the supervisor hadn't showed up yet. And the employees were affected by that. So I just chilled and sat there until I could get someone to uh, address what it was that I needed. And so that happened. And I got up, walked out, and went to my car. And if you can see these clouds, they're so beautiful. I was just admiring, nature as I normally do. And I noticed a malevolence, um, a despair. I noticed a vexed energy. And I looked to my left, and there was this person proceeding my way in the neighborhood, displaced in this area. I frequent this area a lot, and I have not ever seen this individual. So I knew that certain things about this energy. And I was okay with that. I'm not afraid. These things happen. We live in a life where there are different types of beings and entities and energy, so I'm accustomed to that. And so I'm sitting in my car, and as I'm gathering myself, and being aware of my surroundings, he was moving pretty swiftly. So I wasn't gonna, modify my tempo to go ahead of him. So I said, so since that's the track that you own, go ahead and work your track. And I'm gonna sit here, and when it's time for me to move and go to the next destination, I'll do so. But I'm not gonna sit here and try to beat you just because you got all this going on with yourself. And so I'm sitting in my vehicle, and he's aware of me. I don't know at one point, but I knew he was aware of me. I just knew it. Even though he wasn't looking at me, I knew he was aware of me. So as he began to pass my vehicle, which was the sidewalk about, just right there, you know how you parked on in a parking space. I was in the in parking space, and then you got the grass and the sidewalk. He was there. And as he passed me, I could see him in my rear view mirror, side view mirror, and his pants were soiled in the rectal area. And so that just put the icing on the cake to me. I had already surmised enough about what this energy was. And so as he got past my door, and I have, four doors, he got to the back passenger door. He moved in closer to my car. I was like, okay, so now I have to deal with him, on a personal level. And I was like, okay, whatever it is, let it be what it be. I said, I really don't want to have to hurt someone to protect myself, but this looks like where this is going. So, I'm okay with that. I'm not tripping. I'm not afraid or any of that. And I'm just like, I'm not geared up for that. My cleavage is halfway out. I say, but still, that's not going to stop me from doing what I have to do for myself. So he gets to the end of my car, and he turns from the sidewalk, and he goes behind my car. So now I'm looking at him in the rearview mirror. And he comes around, and my car door is automatically locked if the car's on. My car's on or whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put a little impedance. I'm not just gonna let you just do what it is that you're doing. So I clicked the lock and hit it. He got pissed off because I believe he was gonna try to enter my car based on his behavior. And when I locked the lock, it wouldn't be so easy. He'd have to get in another way. And I guess he was just too lazy for all that. So he walks by my car and starts to beat my car. So he left and walked off, and he walked toward the establishment, and there were other people in the parking lot, and there was seemed to be a couple, and they had two children with them. Okay, so that's when I went into a whole nother mode because now it's not just about myself; it's about children. And so I was just gonna ride off and go and do what I had to do. And I was like, no, I have to be proactive. This is my community, and a lot of times we can do things to eliminate someone else being hurt, but a lot of times we get caught up when we feel like we have better things to do, more important things to do. So I pulled into a parking lot of another establishment about 2 blocks away, and I didn't want to be held up with the police showing up, and I'm having to sit there and make a report. That was just gonna mess up my timing. So I called 911 and I reported what happened, and I gave her details about the incident, my concerns about the children, my concerns about what he might do to somebody else later. Possibly a patrol car could go out and see him and, you know, intervene before someone gets hurt. And she took the information and she asked me, did I need an officer to come out? And I told her no. My concern more was about, those children first, but, others as well. And that's what that was. And so that was, it didn't take long, and it kept up with the tempo of my day. And I went on to my next destination, and I got out of my vehicle. And when I got out of my vehicle, I heard a pop, and I heard the hissing sound as if a snake was hissing at me. And it was my tire. So, I just looked at it. I was like, oh, well, like, so, do what you got to do now. And so I'm sitting here waiting for roadside assistance to come and change the tire. And I would normally change it myself, but that's not the tempo that I'm in today. So I'm going to allow what I pay for on a monthly basis to do it for me or dispatch someone to do it for me. And so I'm just sitting here, sitting on the street in my car, talking to you guys. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. No one's showing up. No one's in this viewing. So I just wanted to come and share my energy with you to allow you to hear my voice and just partake of this energy.